orphans and saying, thank God. No. They're going to come up with new, smarter ways. And this whole pushback that everybody's saying, let's move them to Egypt, I think that's too fucking close. It's too close.
Yeah, but Egypt's not. Egypt don't want them.
No, they don't. That's the problem. None of these countries, they don't want them. And then the whole thing was, what I found very interesting, when the Arab League did the vote, I think it was 2 weeks ago. It was the first time in history they voted unanimously, and they said, Hamas, put down your weapons and give back the hostages. The Arab League never said, Israel, stop doing what you're doing. But what they did was they went against Hamas. It's got to tell you something. But people are failing to see that. But also, why isn't any of these Arab countries opening the door and saying, come? It's because they also want to see Israel fall. The ideology is so it's like, everybody, stage 4 cancer is really bad. This is stage fucking 9. I don't know if there is a solution. And this is a holy war. This isn't a land dispute. That's an excuse. The Palestinian people are being used for this holy war.
I agree 1,000,000,000%. Hold on, Darush. Hold on. I'm going to come back to you in a second. Let me say hello to Ali. Ali, how you doing, man?
I'm good. JB, how are you, man?
I'm doing good. I have a question for you, man. Is the Iranian regime going to finally fall?
Of course, 100% with the BB, okay. If the BB protection, he wants the protection of people of the Iran, he has to eliminate this fucking regime, these fucking mullahs, and 100%.
But then what's next? What's next, brother?
Dude, the next for what?
The regime falls. What's next?
Of course, we need the revolution of the Iran. The people revolution with the helpness of the BB and the President Trump. The president, the vice president, Bibi Netanyahu, and the President Trump help the people of the Iran. As the BB said at the conference, he said, we protect you, people of the Iran. You have to go to streets. We protect you. We are behind you. And that's it.
Well, Ali, let me just say this. Yes, President Trump, he helped Iran when he eliminated the nuclear facilities. Israel's helped. I don't know if the American public, and I don't speak for all Americans, but I don't think the American public wants to get involved with a regime change in Iran.
In the social, no, you cannot say that. Okay.
Wait, hold on. Let me just say this. At what point do Iranian people, the millions of them, stand up and say we've had enough? At what point do they stand for themselves? Say we've had enough.
Okay. After the 12th war, the 12th days war, because Iran has 400 kilograms of uranium. Still, they have 400 kilograms. They hide those 400 kilograms. And they don't want. Since the Iran has 400 kilograms, it's a threat for all of the world. It should be, I think, after 1 month, after 30 days, the snapback completely coming back. Okay? It means the Europe should be giving hands to the BB and the President Trump. When they got the hands together, it's gonna be a start. Okay, JD, give me 10 minutes. I will be back to you. So
Take your time, Ollie. Thank you. Ada, how you doing, Ada?
Hi, how are you? Thank you for inviting. You raised some questions. I would like to answer simply. First of all, when you asked when people of Iran gonna rise and say we had enough, they are already doing it, but sadly the news are not covering. Since last few days, there was in Shiraz and in Kazan and in Rasht, the central part, and the Iran, they did protesting, and well, no one is covering, like it's not being covered in any media and any news. And also, so people are starting initiating, and I attend the rooms of Iranians. There are some Iranians who always like try to offer solutions for initiating a kind of fire, inside Iran. And we are like thinking, well, of different ways, which I cannot explain in detail, but the widespread protest needs some fire, some self, like some initiation within the people, but it must be organized. But sadly, Iranians are not do not have one leader or one united group that organizes through everything throughout the country. People rise within themselves because their situation of living gets worse, and that's it. And you also asked what comes next. Yeah, let's imagine like Israel and other, US and all the countries helped with regime change, the fall of the IRGC. Well, we have I cannot say any percentage, but as I'm seeing around, most people of Iran are supporting Reza Pahlavi, which is the son of the former king of Iran, and he has gathered a team of professionals, and they have released a notebook, a kind of instructions for explaining the plans and what will happen after the fall of the IRGC. So most of the Iranians want him to be the leader of this temporary government that is going to happen.
Why coverless ducks
And
it turns out that they are hatching ducklings. Every morning, farmers compete with other ducks to
referendum. First, for the people, we put election for the people to choose the leader of the temporary government. Even Reza Pahlavi doesn't want to impose himself to the society. He wants to be elected for this. Then another part of election is for the laws, because when IRGC came to the Iran, they changed all the rules based on the Quran and Islamic. They want to, and a group of lawyers, professionals, want to work on the rules, and then we put another referendum for the people to accept a better.
Now, let me ask you a question. How close is it to a regime change? How close is it? Would you say until the Iranian people, the Persian people, rise up? Are we talking about a couple of weeks? Are we talking about a couple more years?
I think as soon as the attacks, the Israel attack starts, this is my estimation. I'm not sharing any facts or anything, just my opinion. As soon as the war begins, Iranians can have the courage to come to the street and protest, because Iranians are afraid of their lives also. Because IRGC has some organization places all around the country, which includes big city. It's a kind of morality kind of things. Meaning they are armed, they've got weapons, they bring tanks to attack people, snipers to attack people.
Wait a second. And I'm But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Ada.
all Iranian want is that when they come to the street and protest, the IDF support them alongside in the streets. All they want.
Okay, well, what I was going to say was they already recently were at war for 12 days and nothing happened. They didn't rise up like they should have or they could have. Now, I'm not there, right? But I'm going to keep it 100% with you. I know Netanyahu would love to see a regime change, but if your people are waiting on another government, you might be waiting a long time. And that's just my opinion.
Okay, but my opinion is the attacks of the Israel was focused on the nuclear sites and also the army, like the jets. They attacked airports, like the equipments, the army equipments, and they just attacked these like spots around the country. The focus was that, but people want the focus be first the IRGC members, like the commanders, the Khamenei, and also the morality police, which is
Ada, hold on. I'm being respectful to you, but you're going on and on. I'm going to say it again. If your people are waiting for another government to come save them, they might be waiting a while. Israel has its hands full right now, and I don't know if at the top, and I could be wrong. Maybe BB can fact check me. But if they're going to wait for Israel to come save the day, they need to do it themselves. They have millions of people. They outnumber. I understand IRGC has guns and all this other stuff. But I think once that movement starts, once you find a leader, not this guy that's in America, the former king's son, once you find a real leader to get the people galvanized, then you'll have your revolution. But let me say hello to First Lady Chi. Hello, First Lady of Clubhouse.
Hey, JP, how are you?
She was very upset about ayahuasca gossip, but she filmed
I know, right? It's been great.
So what do you think about the conversation? I want to see Iran free. I do. They're good people. But I think they have Pollyanna glasses on if they think Israel's coming to save the day. Just my opinion. I hope I'm wrong.
Foreign affairs. I just want America to stay out of it. But again, they're like, well, America can't stay out of it. I would like to see Iranian people because I've talked to some of them. And it's not the people, but, it was the government. However, it's put the people in harm's way. So, I'm always on the fence.
Thank you, First Lady. Appreciate you. Maybe you want to jump in.
I just want to do a little commercial. This one's brought to you by Gravel. If you click the link on the top, it's probably gonna make you sick to your stomach. But in turn, by doing that, I would like to see all the red tickets disappear. And if you click the link above that where it says community conversations and collaborations, and you click join the room, that way you can cash in your red tickets. And you can have more amazing conversations like this. Do your civil duty. Cash in your tickets. And like I said, this one's brought to you by Grapple.
Thank you, baby. And I'll say this. Hold on, Darush. What I just said to this young lady, I like Ada. I don't want to say the things, but I feel that it's our responsibility to say, hey, listen, we support you guys, but you got to be realistic of what support you're going to expect. Because if you're waiting for the Army or the cavalry to come save the day, it hasn't happened yet. I don't see it happening. Maybe I'm wrong. But let me say hello to Jordan real quick. What's up, Dr. Jordan?
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. I'm great. How are you? Do you want to chime in?
Well, I just came up to want to help her answer the question because she was going on. I wanted to make sure that before anything happened, we could get to an answer. And I appreciate that she is long-winded and circuitous, but I was having a bowel movement, and I wanted.
Wait, how do you spell circuitous?
CIRCUTOUS.
Yeah, Jordan, you're one of a kind, kid.
Thank you. I can go back down now. I just wanted to move things forward.
We don't want to continue after the call.
was gonna say, please make sure you wash your hands, please.
I think he must have been like under pressure or rushed a little bit because that wasn't quite the right spelling.
Well, listen, he got closer than I could have, you know, I tell you that. Buttercup, Buttercup left.
Too bad.
I know, Buttercup,
There. Oh, she's on stage. How you doing, bud? Shavuot.
Shavuot. I already know about this video. It's from October 7. We all have read about it a million times.
Well, the video actually got released today for the first time.
Oh, but it's been described in the media like 100 times, so I don't really need to see it.
Well, don't you think the video would be more important than hearing it described?
I'm already shocked and horrified with the description, and I think it's an atrocity. I thought it was an atrocity when it happened, so I don't think.
What do you think of the title of the room?
Being these kids in a really vulnerable position is like going to change my feelings on it. The title of the room, Can Israel Actually Beat Hamas? That's a very broad question. I think that October 7 was preventable, and like Yoav Gallant, the former defense minister who led the war for the first half, I believe the war should have ended a year ago at a lower cost, and it would have spared the lives of hostages and soldiers and Palestinian civilians. So like Yoav Gallant and virtually every former prime minister and former defense minister, this war should have ended over a year ago, and it would have spared a lot of lives.
What would you have done? The most important question. Everybody wants to criticize and
I would have done what Yoav Gallant laid out.
No, but what would you have done?
Okay, I would have signed the deal that has been thwarted multiple times by the Israeli prime minister. I would have deported the bad guys, you know, the Hamas leaders and people who were released from prison who in exchange for the hostages. And I would, start the reconciliation rebuilding.
And then you keep mentioning Gallant, but he's the one that's advocating for the takeover right now. So do you still feel that way?
Gallant is not advocating for the takeover.
Yes, he is.
Okay, send me a link. Gallant, since the war should have ended a year ago, is now advocating for takeover.
And Hamas never agreed. They change the agreement all the time, but you keep saying that it's Israel that disagrees.
But the deal on the table today was proposed by Israel, and Israel agreed to it in the past. And now that Hamas wants it, they're nowhere to be found. There's an article in Haaretz today where, the opposition gets a call from the Qataris that say,
The Haaretz is like the KKK newsletter for the Black Americans.
If you believe that, we're not. If you believe it, then we're not.
It's not a credible source. But then again, what would you have done? I really want to know.
I can't talk to someone who's not in the same reality. If you think it's the KKK, then.
But you also think that Israel's committing a genocide, and you and you also advocate for the dismantling of Israel, and you also said, it's recorded and documented, that you believe oppression should be dealt with violence.
What? I don't even know what
You
you're
said
saying.
that in Amir's room. You said that.
Oppression should be dealt with violence? When did I say that? I'm sure last time you told me I said something and you rolled the clip and
That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Norm wrote it down. He's already quoted you about it like 5
Norm wrote
times.
it down, okay.
But anyways,
Norm
no, in time.
reliable narrative.
Regardless, did you not say that you believe that Israel, you want the dismantling of Israel?
I believe in a new model of Zionism that is more sustainable, that gives everyone, including Palestinians, equal rights under the law. That's what I want. I want a Zionism that is sustainable, a Zionism that can last and fewer people will die.
Never mind the word Zionism. Israel itself.
Is the country should be
dismantled in your words.
No.
But why should it be rebuilt? In order to rebuild something, you have to take it apart.
because it's been escalatory violence for the last 70 years. And as someone who's been there before in 2003 and seen how it evolved for both the Israelis and the Palestinians, it's not sustainable. It's not sustainable for the Israelis.
Yeah, I agree. It's not sustainable that Israel keeps receiving thousands and hundreds of thousands of rockets being shot at them. That's not
right.
sustainable.
The video that you just posted up top is not sustainable. We need a new model. Something's not going right. Okay? So we need a new model that's sustainable. We all agree.
Everybody did a thought about. You're not having that many engagements, but I'm just curious. Just two very, very, very simple questions. Right? Does Israel have the right to exist? And what happened on October 7th? Very simple question. This is the bottom up only. Devin, mute up, please.
Hamas attacked Israel on October 7th in a terror attack and a genocidal act, yes. And then in response, Israel committed a genocide.
And does Israel have the right to exist?
It does exist. It doesn't even matter whether it has the rights. It exists and will continue to exist. There's a country in that place, and that's Israel. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about. I'm talking about whether the current model of Zionism is sustainable and keeps people alive or ends up with escalatory violence.
Should it exist as a Jewish nation?
Depends what you consider. Yes, of course. It exists as a nation that is Israel and is Jewish in character, yes.
Do Arabs that live in Israel today, do they not already have equal rights?
That's right. I'm glad you brought that up because, the one state proposal that I keep floating and keep getting, accused of being a traitor in a capo for this utopic idea that people would live together in harmony under the law. In that people think that's such a far-fetched solution, but the truth is, if you talk about Israel, the boundaries of Israel, excluding the territories, they already have equal rights under the law, so we're halfway there. All I'm saying is we're expanding it to those who are in Gaza and the West Bank. Obviously, it won't be easy, and it's a long process, and it would require a lot of reparations and a lot of forgiveness on both sides and systems in place to make sure people's safety is assured. But the fact is, they're halfway there.
But who's putting the systems in place to make sure that Jewish or Israeli citizens are safe?
What?
Who's putting in place that the Israeli citizens are in place? And you know Gaza has the biggest army in the world, right? That's there to protect them.
Gaza has the biggest army in the world? What
Yes.
Are you talking about Iran?
No, the IDF.
Gaza, you said, has the biggest army in the world.
Gaza has the IDF to protect them against Hamas, but they don't want them to help.
But the IDF is not really,
IDF is not looking out for Gaza. Then why are they partnering?
Yes, they are. They're trying to rid Gaza of Hamas, the terrorist organization.
If that's true, BB, why would they drop 3,000-pound bombs in densely populated areas if they were looking out
They're
for
not dropping 3,000-pound bombs
They
in
literally
densely populated areas. They're trying to eliminate Hamas. If you don't warn people in an area and say, get the fuck
I
out,
know, but you can
and
also use
people
to not drop
sit there with their heels in the sand,
You
and
can also
then
use a
cry.
different bomb.
You're lying right now.
I mean, even the IDF
You're trying to gaslight the room.
No. The IDF admitted a few times, whoopsie daisy, we used the wrong bomb. That's when we kill all these people.
That's a lie. You're lying.
Wait a second. No, but hold on 1 second. You can go next, I promise. Ms. Abby has said, why expand to Gaza? Let them live in the Sinai with the Egyptians. Abby, I agree, but the Egyptians will never take them. And she also wants to know, Buttercup, how would you eliminate it? Buttercup. All right, it's yours, man.
No, sorry, I just wanted to post in the chat the link to the time that Israel said, whoopsie daisy, we accidentally dropped 3,000 pounds in a densely populated area and killed a ton of kids. Whoopsie daisy. Posted the link from Times of Israel, hardly a left-wing rag. You can't call them the KKK of Israel, BB. A mainstream Israeli publication.
The article you're posting contradicts your point. You're saying that they admitted they had made a mistake, right?
That's not a mistake. That's
So you think it's
they have
So your position is that this is intentional
but they do these mistakes constantly. It's not like they have any sort of protections in place against their mistakes.
The Times of Israel is not a mainstream media.
Yeah. You haven't lived in Israel, BB, if you think that.
Yes, I have.
I finished my point.
basically wait, we'll go. Seneca, Lady Chi, Ali. Go ahead, Councilman.
Yeah, I don't know why we're being disingenuous with the history here. We all know the history in this room. We all know that IDF is not ruling the Gaza Strip. Okay, we all know that Hamas separated from, is it Fatah? I can't remember. Fatah is here. Fatah. Yeah, we all know that Hamas separated from Fatah. Okay, and Hamas is ruling the Gaza Strip. Okay, we all know that it was Hamas that invaded in October 7th, 2023. Okay, on behalf of Gaza. Okay, so I don't know why we're suggesting that IDF is there to protect, those in the Gaza Strip. That's insane.
It's like actually deranged. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. So you guys don't believe that Hamas is killing innocent civilians in Gaza
It's
right now?
killing more innocent civilians.
No, hold on, Buttercup. Okay, so if Israel eliminates Hamas, they're not doing justice to the Gazan civilians? They will never eliminate.
There was a better way to eliminate them without killing all.
Why? By giving them fucking blowjobs? Come on.
No, by using munitions that are smart and not
Hold on a
stupid.
second, guys. I have one mic policy. So you keep saying this. I'm just curious, but how do you eliminate Hamas in your opinion, Buttercup?
So, like virtually every former Israeli defense minister and former prime minister has said that they from the get-go, the Netanyahu government has refused to make a plan for the day after. And when you have a void, that creates worse organizations and creates opportunities for Hamas to grow, right? And in fact, there's a lot of reporting already on how much Hamas is recruited, and the number of recruits is outpacing the number of militants that are killed. In fact, Israel's done a very poor job at eliminating Hamas because they leave the void and they come back to Khan Yunis for the 4th and 5th and 6th time, and Hamas keeps coming back, right? So whatever they're doing, not working.
That's Hamas is Gaza. Gaza is Hamas. Our dear friend Shlomi that was on here was held by civilians.
Okay.
Was held by civilians.
One mic at a time in this room, right?
So why? That's the
You
problem.
asked me to answer the question. So I'm going to tell you how you eliminate Hamas. You take the advice of every former defense minister and top military officials and top intelligence brass in the Shin Bet, and you make a plan for a day after, which involves the Gulf states and also the Fatah. You put Fatah in power. And what you do is you exile the Hamas. You sign a deal to get the hostages out, and you exile the Hamas leaders that are to Qatar or whoever will take them. And then you have actually something to build with. But instead, they decided to forge deal after deal after deal and perpetuate a forever war for one man's political interests, a prime minister who's deeply compromised by his coalition that has extremists, fanatic extremists like Hamas, like Bibi over here.
So
And
they
so
never ever once agreed to that, and they never will. You know that. So I don't know why you're trying to gaslight the room.
They have agreed. The only thing they haven't agreed to is protecting weapons. The only thing they haven't agreed to is disarming, right?
So that means they haven't fucking agreed.
Let me answer. The former military leaders, including virtually every former military official, has said that if Hamas doesn't lay down his arms, there's still a method to put something else in its place, right? Israel has the power. Has the power to control a weakened Hamas that already its tunnels are destroyed. It doesn't have the same infrastructure that what once had. It's extremely weakened. And the Israeli government is refusing to take this golden opportunity to go in and capitalize on its wins and put something else in place. And if they've done that, instead they're squandering those wins and allowing their own soldiers to die in battle because of one man who needs to hang on to power, who's desperate, who's in a corner, who's
Oh my
politically
God, you
compromised.
believe this shit that Bibi?
That's what 70% of Israelis believe, not me, okay?
That's not true. You're lying again about statistics. Why are you lying about
sources.
stats?
I'm going to provide a link to a mainstream Israeli outlet.
You're lying right now. You think this whole same bullshit that
The
Bibi
vast majority
avoiding
of Israelis
prosecution.
believe this.
He's so fucking old. By the time he get found guilty, appeal it, and have to do time, he'd be 85. He would never go to fucking jail.
that's not what this is about. It's about accountability for October 7 and for transferring $1 billion to Hamas through Qatar, and for his the continued for his repeated thwarting of hostage deals for his own political goals. Every single time there's a hostage deal on the table, we've seen it happen. His two extremist ministers threatened to leave the coalition, which would put him in a bad place. And immediately after, you see that Bibi Netanyahu move the goalposts and say, suddenly we need the Philadelphia corridor.
Thank you, but yeah, you guys hold on. Hold on a second, because I'm trying to get a queue together. So many people want to talk at the same time.
Did you take the audio, sir?
No.
I said,
Hold
hold on.
Darius.
Hold on, let's get a queue going. So I'm gonna go Lady Chi, Ali. I want to say a little Sarah, then Muhammad. Lady Chi, the mic is yours, man.
Oh, you remember? No, I was just coming off the mic to mod the space, but you'd already did it with the one mic policy. So that's all. That's the only reason I came.
I appreciate you. Ali, are you there, Ali? Ali?
Yes, JB. Is it possible to do a favor for me? Hold up, hold up. And I say, it hasn't good answer for this lady. Would you please invite her on top?
Do I believe what?
And he raised his hand. How do you spell it? How do you spell it?
You'll live. Okay.
N-H-R.
He's gone, guys.
I was gonna say, I don't think I've seen it.
Okay, lady. You don't have any understanding situation from after 7 October until now. You don't know what is the situation. He doesn't see the attack to the party and the kid is riding people up for nothing. Who's started? Oh my God. When you leave, the Neptune will turn or move. I don't have anything to say.
Thank you. No, Ali, it's fine, but we don't have to attack her. She's allowed to do what she wants, even if we disagree with it. She not yet, man. Like,
I'm sorry, man. I had to move him because he's down.
It's okay. I want to welcome you. She's still on. Sarah, how you doing, Sarah? Sarah, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. I was responding in chat really fast because
No worries. The mic is yours.
Jews. And I'm not attacking Jews. I have no issues with Jews or Israelites or whatever. I just am founding father. Founding father. Like, there has to be some recognition on the way these words are used. I looked at the video. I didn't watch the video, but I read through all the caption to it, and it even says, "Oh, they terrorized them," and the amount of terror. Like, they overly use that word because it's trying to make it sound super bad and scary. When in reality, the IDF, and I don't want to say it's just war, because it's not just war. War shouldn't be like this. It shouldn't happen in civilized societies. This is not the way we should be living our fucking life with multiple countries across the globe.
Hold on a second, Sarah. Do me a favor. Watch the video before you comment on how the video is described.
I've seen a lot of videos on both sides over the last 22 years.
I'm asking about this specific video. Okay? Because
I can understand something's horrific.
Okay.
And it's bad. I'm not justifying it.
Okay, yes you are. And I'm not having that on my stage. Okay? You know how they say you're an anti-Semite without saying you're an anti-Semite. That's exactly what you were doing. I'll hear your perspective, but don't comment on a video you didn't even watch. And that's a fact, because that video will haunt me the rest of my fucking life. So what do you want to say something, Jordan?
Yeah, goodness, how can I put this diplomatically? I think that certainly two things can be true at the same time, but by happenstance, I came across a video
of a talk given by Dennis Prager, who would be an unlikely recipient of my praise, but I actually found him to be very endearing, very wise in many ways, although perhaps this was simplistic what he said. 10 years ago, he was giving a speech to St. Petersburg University in Florida, and he's been quite outspoken as a modern Orthodox Jew about for years, not just 10 years ago, for years about how Israel has been truly the underdog, and yet the narrative is that they are kind of a domineering player. And when you listen to him, you really have empathy for how the narrative has been twisted and changed and distorted since 1948. And again, I'm not condoning. I'm not condoning certain things, and I'm not no guru in terms of military science. But when you listen to Dennis Prager talk, and people will find him very controversial, it's very moving, but his consistency speaks to a story that I think would give people pause if they heard it now. Maybe I can put the lid rather than running on and on like a bomb movie. I will.
Thank you, Jordan. Appreciate you. So I want to go to John T, then Scipio, and then hold on. Let's see if I can. Oh, okay. John T, how you doing, man? Long time no speak.
Good. I don't know how much long I have, but what I will say is that I personally believe that anything else that's happened in the past, you can talk about this war, that war, this year, that year, 48, 67, West Bank, Gaza, everything, all that bullshit is out the window in my book because of October 7th. They want to deflect from October 7th. They don't want to talk about that day. They don't want to talk about what happened that day. They want to, when you bring it up, they say, well, what about this time and that time and this time in 48? Fuck that. I don't care at all about anything else besides that day from now on. They want to deflect from that day. The only reason why people are talking about this right now is because of that day. The only reason why people are marching all across the world is because of that day. So every time we bring up the history of our people there, we're going to bring up this day and why, and the reason why the whole region has changed because of this day. And this is what we're going to live for the rest of our lives there. So I don't want to hear anything else about, Nakba and the creation of the state and blah, blah, blah. No, doing this, what they did on this day to us, is not justified at all. I don't care what's happened to you.
John, I appreciate you, man. I haven't heard from you in a while. Hey, BB, are you there, BB?
Yeah.
So, did I call it or what? See, how do you say somebody's there to send me a
Called it right away. Look in the shot, yeah.
Silence, hold on, this is fantastic. Silencing someone to avoid reality is weak. I guess that's why you support genocide. Why don't you come up, when you are on stage, why don't you just go right to that point instead of just dancing around calling me honey? No, honey, I don't mean to listen, I'm not the smartest guy in the room, but I know when somebody's insulting my intelligence, and I can smell an anti-Semite within the first 3 fucking words. So I would respect you more if you came up on the stage and spewed the hate instead of saying, hey, honey, you don't know. I didn't watch the video, but I'm going to critique the video. Shut the fuck up, respectfully.
You want me to tell him something?
No, it's good. I got this. Let me go to Scipio. Scipio, how you doing? Scipio, you there? There you are.
Hello, everyone. It's Scipio. Thank you.
Scipio.
So, to answer your question, can Israel, actually beat Hamas? Well, I think the question that you should ask is whether we'll have peace or not. Because I think that, this question would just treat, a symptom that we have now from the whole conflict between
the Palestinians and the Israelis. And when we'll have a two-state solution, when will the Israelis basically accept to sit for they will and sign an agreement or an accord to establish a two-state solution and end up with a bloodshed, because we can talk for ages about 7th October, and the Palestinians will say, okay, what before the 7th, because before the 7th there were deaths in the West Bank, an area that where Hamas basically is not active, like Gaza. So I think this conflict is basically the result of a bigger problem, a bigger issue, which is the right of a nation. And they are subjected to, continuing and ongoing, basically, how can I say this? Like denial for their rights, for existence. This is like, this became the new trending now. We talk about Palestinians. Who are the Palestinians? If you talk to an Israeli, the right Palestinian people, who are the Palestinian people? They call them Arabs. They are not Palestinians. And we
Hamas will kill the IDF wherever they find them. They will lie in wait. They will strike.
I think the moderator gave me the floor to talk. You have your time to answer.
I moved him. You're good. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. So for me, that's really the issue. If you look back to an event and start history from there, I'm referring to the 7th of October, you would be, ignoring the reason, the main cause of this problem, the main cause of this conflict. Why do we have that? You cannot submit some people, in this case, the Palestinian people, and subject them to, neglect, blockade, like checking points, mistreatment, random killing, random sniping, kids aged as young as 3 killed just in 2023, and I can bring you the name now. Do all that stuff, and the crimes committed by settlers and illegal settlement here again, according to international law and UN Security Council. I can give you the resolution calling Israel to back from the West Bank and from East Jerusalem. All of that, you keep ignoring that and going on and on and on with everything with all your force and all your power and money and finances, and then expect that nothing would happen. And then when the catastrophe happened, and here again, it's the 7th, you say, oh, how dare they? Well, obviously they would revolt. If you can't learn from history that people subjected to oppression, they end up always to revolt. And to show her biggest character.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Okay. Yeah.
How many billions? I'm talking about billions, billions of dollars. Did the Palestinian people get? Did Hamas get before October 7th? So this narrative about money and all this other bullshit, respectfully, is just that bullshit. Hold on, sir. They empowered these terrorists by hiring them in schools, mosques, and let's talk about the school system then. If you have 6 Jews and you kill 4 Jews, how many do you have left, sir? Because that's what they were teaching their kids before October 7th. We have the textbooks from the schools. So this bullshit you're saying because Israel was strong and had money, it's just that a pile of bullshit. So, listen, if you're not in support of Israel, that's fine, but stand on your square and say it. Don't give me all this rhetoric bullshit and be long-winded about it.
Okay, JB, you are older enough than me that I should respect you. It's my culture. We respect older people. So respectfully, let's keep it, gentleman talk.
I'm a gentleman. I don't want it to get to this, unnecessary, vocab, unnecessary.
But you're not coming out with respect. You're blaming Israel for October 7th.
Everybody can see through your bullshit. I'm talking to JP. He can answer me. Okay? So, respectfully.
You cannot see the green stuff under the BB cycles.
I showed him the respect and moved him down because, like I said, listen.
The moderator is God off the road. Hey, guys, listen to me.
I don't want to be the God. I just want to have a respectful conversation. Come to the
Comment on this because I've been waiting since Buttercup and this last.
Okay, girl.
Okay, thank you. Because I want to follow up on John T's comments because what was just said is nonsense, and it was an attempt to try to justify October 7th, which I find incredibly insulting. So what happened on October 7th is you had a terrorist organization recognized around the world as a terrorist organization that has control over territory in Gaza, who attacked Israel and committed atrocities, serious, atrocious terrorist acts and war crimes. And Israel, as a state, has the right to self-defense. This is recognized almost universally. So now it's the question of execution. Israel set up two goals which are reasonable under the circumstances. One was the return of all the hostages. I love how no one ever talks about the hostages. So the return of all the hostages. So Hamas could end this immediately by, one, returning all the hostages and not negotiating because they don't have a right to those hostages. It's not a question of negotiation. You return all the hostages. And the other thing is they wanted Hamas out of power. Now, all these other issues, whether it should be a two-state solution or what rights have to do, has nothing to do with this particular conflict. The conflict needs to be resolved first. When we had the World Trade Tower attack in the United States, no one was asking the U.S. Well, first you got to negotiate the issues with the Middle East that were raised by these terrorists. No, the first issue was track the terrorists down and get rid of them. And they pose a threat, and this is the case with Hamas. So I mean, this to me is very, very clear.
Hold on. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Right? It's my opinion, by the way. I don't think this a two-state solution is ever going to be a reality. I could be wrong. Do you think that a two-state solution is a reality?
I think this is part of the problem. This is what the other side wants. They want a discussion on all these other issues, which is a way to justify the attack. That issue is an important issue. It's a separate issue. The first issue is resolving what happened on October 7th. Israel was attacked, they have a right to self-defense, and that self-defense involves getting all the hostages back and removing Hamas from power. Once Hamas is removed from power, then we can have discussions, should it be a two-state solution, not be a two-state solution, all these other things. Unfortunately, this is part of the propaganda that's being involved. That's why I brought it up. It's convincing a lot of people in the West, and that's why you have people like Britain and France and Canada and Australia talking about, oh, let's go ahead and recognize Palestine right now. Look, if it is the right thing to do, it shouldn't be done now. They should not be rewarded for October 7th. We have to be very careful not to reward people for terrorist acts. First you deal with the terrorist acts, and then you can have any type of discussion about what the future is. Now, the other point that Buttercup raised was, well, they should be doing these objectives and killing fewer civilians. So the ratio of civilians, innocent civilians that are being killed to combatants is already the lowest in history. Israel is taking all kinds of precautions to try to minimize casualty that no one else, no other government has ever done, nor are they asked to do. But whenever it's Israel is asked to make all these sacrifices and compromise. Why? Because we're listening to propaganda from a terrorist organization. All of these figures and narratives are coming out of Hamas. Hamas run agencies. It's just outrageous, and it's obviously not true. So the ratios are already low. They have a right to get back all the hostages, and they have the right to remove Hamas from power. So if they want to end this war tomorrow, Hamas could surrender. They can return all the hostages. It's very, very simple. Can't blame Israel.
Thank you, Euro. Fatima, who do you call monkeys, by the way? I'm just curious.
These fucking radical pro-Palestine people.
Okay, thank you. And by the way, I don't just randomly remove people. If you come up and you're intellectually dishonest, I put you down. If you come up and give me a second. Let me just finish my little rant here. If you come up and you're intellectually dishonest, I'm just going to remove you because it's a waste of my time. I'm not looking to waste time. That's one thing. Second thing, if you come up and you spew hate, I'm just going to move you down. Everybody's welcome to my stage. Just come with respect. And when I say respect, be intellectually honest. Get Ali.
Oh, I want just to say thank you so much for your amazing room and the good title. Yeah, God bless Israel. God bless United States. God bless Iran and God damn Islamic Republic of Iran. Thank you so much for everything. I have to leave.
Thank you. Stay safe, Ali. So let me address this. Thank you. So, Sarah, you dingling, I invited you back up. You've been sitting down there crying in the chat. You don't want to come up, don't come up. JB seems very weak. Yeah, I'm weak, I know. But I'm also one of the best moderators on this app. I say that every time I open a room because it's true. So, you guys can think what you want, but you're still going to populate my spaces. Thank you for coming. I love my haters. Guys, we're going to go popcorn style.
JB, this is Darush. Can I say something? A really long time I'm here.
Oh my God, I forgot you were here, Darush. You have to come off mic. I'm not used to you showing mic control. The mic is yours.
Nobody died. Just I want to tell you I'm a long time over here. And soon I want to say something. They tell me, Darush, shut up, please. We take care of you later. I'm sick of it.
You know why, Darush, you know why? Because we like to save the best for last.
I love you. Just I want to tell you, sir, just with all respect, you ask, guys, we don't know when this happened, revolution in Iran. The Israeli they are sick, the European they are tired, and American they are tired. When you, sir, we don't have an answer. I wish I have an answer, I tell you. People of the Iran they are not sick and they see your country going to crazy way. We try very hard to fuck them. I'm sorry if I say bad word, to destroy this religion, this regime. One thing I want to tell you, sir, very fast I talk. We Iranian people they are very believe to education. Look, guys, 45 years Islamic regime, they have a TV station, they have a radio station, they have a school, college, everything. They say you have to say, you don't have a choice people. You have to say dead to Israel, dead to America. You know, sir, we find out we have to educate ourselves. We cannot believe everything America, everything European, everything Israel. We have to wake up. And you know, I want to give the chance to all these Arab people. Look, all these Iranian people, they say, no, we are not believing fucking Israel or American or European. We have to wake up. Just bomb is not answer. With power, you cannot change us. With education, look, Israeli never spent even penny in the Iran. But Iranian, they find out Israel, the great people. Israel, they are friends of us. Do you know, with education, we can help ourselves. Without education, with power of the bomb, with power of the, we are strong, we can fuck you all. No, sir. Jimmy, you can.
Yes, Darush. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm sorry if I talk too much, and thank you, let me talk. I really, and thank you, they didn't take me out. Very important. You should do.
Yeah, because usually you don't want to more, but tonight I'm giving you grace. But before we continue, I want to go to Shapeshifter. What's up, Shapeshifter?
What's going on?
How you doing, bro?
You know, doing okay. Just sitting here in the corner chilling.
Smoking a cigar.
How'd you know? I actually literally have a cigar in my hand.
It's Saturday night, kid. I know. It's not my first rodeo with you.
I got an idea for you. I don't know if you're gonna like it, but go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna ask you to actually be Hamas, but I want to hear your idea.
I'm gonna propose something that's never been done before, JB. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
There's another room going on right now. Amir's room. I propose.
Zero chance.
Let me finish my proposal, man. Like, don't do like taste the cake before you throw it in the trash, okay? You ready? Are you ready, baby?
Yes, man.
I'm proposing a clash of the titans. You know what I mean? You ready? Like King Kong versus Godzilla. You ready to be King Kong?
Not with that piece of shit, but I respect your offer.
Not even for a little bit? A little merger of societies and see what happens.
No, because I'm not coming from my feelings. He's coming from his feelings. Listen, it's a waste of time, shapeshifter, because we're gonna tell you what's gonna happen. We're just gonna argue, we're gonna yell at each other, we're not gonna have a conversation, because he's gonna be disingenuous. Yeah, I don't go into a man's space for a specific reason. Because he likes to gaslight, and I don't think he's. And listen, he's entitled to his opinion, just like you're entitled to your opinion. Doesn't mean I respect you less, but I mean, there's more than welcome to come in here, but I will never go into that space.
Me neither. I've been warned this would be the response.
Did somebody send you to bring that offer?
I'm an emissary. I've been trying to do this for a couple months now. See if I can combine rooms. See if it's never been done, JB. It's never been done.
Probably for a good reason.
I'm gonna let it hang in the air. Awkwardly. Go back.
No, listen, it's all good. I'm not mad. I told you, I don't have them blocked. People come into this space. But, I will never go into his space. Ever. You already lost.
Yeah, JP, you raised the issue of money because someone else brought up, the injustice of money. And as you rightly pointed out, the billions of dollars that were poured into Gaza, that was meant to raise the standard of living for the people in Gaza and for their welfare. And that money was diverted to the personal wealth of 3 individuals who all have net worth now in the billions of dollars.
I'm sorry, hold on 1 second. You run it, I gotta make a phone call. Thank you.
Go ahead.
So that money was diverted to the personal wealth of 3 individuals that all have now net worth in the billions of dollars, personal net worth. It was diverted to building tunnels, amassing weapons, paying for mercenaries, and all of this, and even to the dismantling of water infrastructure that was needed for the people so it could be diverted to missiles. Now, the amount of money was huge. After World War II, the United States poured billions into Europe under the Marshall Plan because Europe was worn, torn, was in rubble. And thanks to the Marshall Plan and these efforts, Europe was rebuilt from its ashes to the powerhouse that it is today. And the money invested in Gaza per capita was more than the U.S. spent on the Marshall Plan. Not a little bit more, not twice as much, not 10 times as much, 25 times as much. So think about that. We spent 25 times more money than was spent to rebuild Europe after World War II, to raise Gazans up. And they had nothing to show for it because the money was all diverted to weapons and the personal wealth of a few individuals.
Yeah.
So,
and nobody talks about what happened after 2005 when Israel pulled all of the Israelis out of Gaza and left them with greenhouses, fresh watering systems, and what did they do? They destroyed every single thing. Why?
Yes, they dismantled everything, and that they're as JP pointed out and others have pointed out, their charter called for killing Jews and for dismantling the state of Israel. And unfortunately, these children are taught from a very young age that their goal in life is to kill Jews. I'm so happy my son was killed. Think about this type of sick mentality. This is the reality of what we're dealing with.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about the money that's been poured in there. Nobody wants to talk about loving your children more than you hate Jews. Nobody wants to talk about buying books for your children and educating them, as opposed to buying weapons and artillery to try and destroy Jews and Israelis. And not only did they kill Jews on October 7th, they killed Muslims, they killed Christians, they killed Druze, they killed Thai workers, they killed Hindus. They killed a lot of faiths that day. And how come everybody's trying to say, well, what happened the day before? No. Let's focus on what happened that day. That's what the focus is.
What happened the day before was there was a truce, and they had been violating that truce, and secretly they were getting many of their citizens were going into Israel because they were getting work visas and stuff, and they carried on this masquerade that they were interested and willing to negotiate peacefully. Well, in reality, they were preparing for war the entire time. And they even said on October 7th and on October 8th, we will do this over and over and over again. There is no remorse on this side. So this whole idea of Israel should just forgive and forget, they haven't even taken that position. Their position is we're just going to keep doing this. And that's their official position.
And hold up, and nobody's talking about the ice cream shops that are still open right now in Gaza. Nobody's talking about the restaurants. I know of 5. I did it in my room last week. We called every single one. They all picked up the phone. Operated restaurants.
Well, not only that,
3 ice cream shops that are thriving. And then you have these people going online. So everybody's saying that they're starving. There's no food. There's no nothing. So if there's no food, then why the fuck are you asking for money? What are you going to buy with the money? Are you going to eat the money? No, you're going to buy food that Hamas is holding, hijacking it, and extorting the people and charging exorbitant amount of money for the food. I'm not joking. We did an exercise in my room, and we called the 5 restaurants that we found, and they all picked up the phone. Busy restaurants. But the problem was, pre-October 7th, if you asked anybody what's going on in Gaza, they'll say it's rubble. Because the media is portraying it's war-torn, it's rubble, it's garbage. But if you actually look, there was a guy that was doing tourism. There was a beautiful sign with a big heart. It says Gaza. He was doing beachside resorts. But they don't talk about any of that shit. It was always an excuse to funnel money in for a terror cell to build weapons to terrorize Israelis.
So maybe you're right. And there's YouTube videos out there that actually show. This is why I was talking earlier about the propaganda war, because this is what they really excel in pushing their narrative around the world. So you can see all these videos out there with young children in Gaza that they show starving, looking for food, and desperate. But you know what? There are other YouTube videos. Let me just finish this one point, please. There's other YouTube videos that show that they're staged. They literally show the people staging the children, showing them what to do, handing them food packages and all this type of stuff. It's a lie.
Well, let me ask you this question, and I agree with everything you're saying, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. If it's all a lie, can we put to bed the narrative that Jews own the media? Can we do that? Can people stop saying that Jews own the media? Because we all know it's not true.
Doing that. We don't own the media.
If they do own the media, they're doing a really bad job because the narrative's going the other way. And the thing is, what happened between 1948 and 1967? Okay, Gaza was controlled by Egypt, and the West Bank was controlled by Jordan. Where was all the call for Palestinian autonomy then? Where was the outrage against Jordan and Egypt from depriving Palestinians of their homeland? Guess guess what? It didn't exist.
Hold on,
It's only
guys.
when Israel is
Guys.
involved that suddenly it's.
Hold on, Royal, you're on stage right now. So, and I know you're trying to gaslight the room because I see you sitting in here's run, loading the chat full of shit. So, do you believe the Jews own the media?
Oh, I think, yeah, I don't know why this guy is talking about that when he just sent me messages unprovoked, crazy messages.
Which guy are you talking about? Which guy?
This guy, he's speaking to me right now, this BB.
No, prove it. She's a fucking liar. This girl's
Okay,
trying to
I have
character
a
assassinate you.
screenshot.
Do it. No Photoshop.
problem.
Do it, you liar.
No, it's not a
I've
Photoshop.
never sent you a message in my fucking life. You're a
I
liar.
have no reason to lie.
You're a liar. Show it.
Screenshot.
Okay.
Screenshot a message right if you can right now, please.
Yep, I'm bringing it. Just give me like 2 seconds.
Probably manufactured by Prince because they're on a mission. But it's okay. Go ahead.
Manufactured by
Yeah.
Prince.
You're his cheerleader.
I don't even know.
Oh, Prince loves me.
She's so full of shit. Her and Prince held the room above me the other
Here
day.
it is.
Yeah, here it is. Put it up.
Yeah, look at this. PTR, everybody feast your eyes on this. So I don't know this guy, he just keeps, coming off the mic at me crazy. He talks crazy. He messages me just randomly unprovoked. I've never messaged him.
Hold on. So we're gonna do that. Okay, no problem. Hold on.
Anyway.
August 22nd, that message was sent after she opened a room about me, saying that I fucked the tranny. She's a fucking liar.
Didn't open
And you
a
got
room
what you
about
deserve.
you.
You're a fucking
I
liar.
didn't
Yes, you
open
are
a
a
room
loser.
about
There
you.
was no lie about that. You're a loser.
No.
Why don't you share it? I'll PTR the actual
Well, wait a second. Was the
Okay,
message?
that's not my room. Just because I'm on stage
Royal,
in a
are
stage.
you
Right?
Royal, are you claiming that message was from today? Or was it
Yeah,
from
she just said that. She just said
No, I
unprovoked.
didn't. Okay, now you're
Randomly
just
sending me
saying
messages
anything.
Wait, let me ask you
Now
something.
you're just saying anything. Because I never said that.
Royal, hold on. First off, let me just say this to you. And I'm not going to argue with you, right? Because I'm familiar with who you are. I'm familiar where you hang out. As a matter of fact, you commented on me at chance news. You don't even know me. Yeah, she left because I was going to call her on a shit. She was in another room that I won't mention, talking crazy shit about me. Never spoke to this woman in my life.
Anyways, everybody can check my PTR. I even put it in there, and it shows that the date of it, August 22nd. And I even said, "You're welcome. I'm curious. What's your angle in this whole escapade to assassinate my character?"
Okay, so
Anyways, I don't need to defend myself against that.
no, so you sent the message on August 22nd. To dissect what she said, you're sending me. So
Yeah.
she's using the progressive continuous. So this suggests that it is now or very, very recent, not 9 days ago. So I think she was at best disingenuous.
Listen, you've been around this app a minute. I've been around this app way too long. BB, the same thing. We know when people are lying, right? That was all bullshit. And even if you called it a loser, who cares? Who gives a fuck?
No, but she was calling
Hold on.
9 days ago, and she came
But
in
she
here.
probably, Steve Farley is a loser. But the point being is I get called worse by better people every day on this app. Fuck her. She runs with Prince. Everybody knows Prince, the biggest anti-Semite on this app. Who, by the way, sends dick pictures out, and I have fucking receipts on that. Right? She runs with another group of people that just love to fucking bash people. We know the trolls. What brings you back, Shapeshifter? What's your counter offer?
I'm thinking about it. Just want to catch the vibe in the room and see what we can.
Well, if we have honest conversations, the Rouge tag.
Yeah, I thank you so much. I have to go. My car is double parked, my man. Thank you so much. It's very hard talking with you guys. It's very hard chair to get it. But just I want to tell you, sir, I want to back to Persia, back to Iran. I want to tell you, if you want to fight the terror.
How you doing, Allie?
Hello.
Do you want to chime in the conversation?
What topic are we on right now?
Well, can Israel actually be Hamas?
I'm not even gonna give my opinion because I don't know too much about it. But I'm just here to listen.
What would you like to talk about that you came to the stage?
I was just being nosy and just jumping into different rooms. That was about it.
Well, I mean, I've got a question for Alan.
Yeah.
We've got another room going right now with folks from the opposite opinion. Do you think the room should be combined?
Yeah, of course. It creates more excitement.
Think about it, JB.
Zero chance. The thought about it, still zero chance. Like I said, a mayor and his crew are more than welcome to come in here as long as they're respectful. They'll be treated with respect. But there's no way I would ever step foot in that insidious space. But he coming here, I guarantee he'll get more respect in here than I'll get in there.
What are they talking about in that space?
How they hate Jews?
No, the object of the room is Israel can't defeat Hamas.
Okay.
Are you new to that, Dolly?
Yeah, I am new to the app. I've been on here for like, I want to say a week or so.
Run while you can.
What'd you say?
Run while you can.
Everybody says that. They're like, oh my gosh, why did you even come on here? Like, and I don't know, it took me so long, but.
Well, let me make a suggestion, if I may. You see this young woman that her name is Nye? Follow her. Go to her rooms. I guarantee you have the best conversation on set.
Period. Okay.
I just gave her a follow because she's a newbie. She might, go into rooms that open up the hallways. Newbies always find new spaces that some of us who've been on here for years haven't seen. You know how it works. So welcome to Ask Allie.
Thank you. So far, it's just been like gender war debates and all that bullshit, but nothing really too interesting. It's like the same shit. Like, do you think women deserve a snack? I'm like, oh my god, like, damn, we still talking about that? And I'm like, and then I'll leave, and then I'll go do something, enjoy my day. I'll come back later, and they're still talking about do women deserve respect? And I'm like, why the fuck is this even a thing? Like, why are we spending hours and hours and just screaming? It's just bullshit. It's like nothing that ever matters. So I'm just trying to find
Have you got trapped into those spaces where they talk about body counts?
Yes, like, oh my god,
How
it's like 40-year-old man talking about body counts, and I'm just like, sir, you're about to die. Like, why do you care? Just pick something and be happy,
I think it's stupid, but go ahead now.
I'm just laughing because that's funny. Sir, you're about to die. Just pick something and be happy. I love.
Yeah, like pick something off the rack. You don't have too much time left, so they're just being like, oh my gosh, if she has a BBL, I don't know if I like her. If she doesn't have a BBL, I'm like, guys, like we just need to.
Let me ask you this question, respectfully. How many guys have shot this, trying to shoot this shot at you in the back channel?
They honestly think I'm a fake account. They're just like, I think maybe a couple, but then they're like, this is a fake ass person. I'm like, I'm not fake, but thanks, I guess. If that's your way of saying I'm pretty, I don't know.
Well, welcome to this space. You're always welcome here. We host different topics, relationships, race relations, Israel, Palestine. All depends on what's going on in the world. So you're welcome here.
Thank you. I'll be listening and maybe chime in.
Absolutely. So we got Royal back. BB, your friend is here again. Royal, how you doing, Royal?
I'm not interested in engaging with BB. Like I said, when I came on the stage, he just started immediately barking, and then you muted me, so I couldn't speak, and I don't like taking it.
I didn't meet you, but
you muted the entire stage, JB.
I didn't do it. Somebody else might have done it.
But when I came on the stage,
You're lying.
here we go again. Go ahead. Speak.
Let's
Go
not
ahead.
have
Go ahead.
Euro was speaking, and all I said was, "Hey, Royal's here," so nobody was barking.
Well, let me ask you a question. How many times have you and I engaged in conversations? Any idea? I'm going to say this is the first time we actually shared a stage together. But I've been in other rooms where you've talked the most vile things about me, but you don't even know me.
Oh no, I've never talked about you, JB. That's a lie.
Okay. Everybody's a liar. Everybody's a liar. Everybody's a liar but you.
Okay, go
I
ahead.
get it.
Go
I
ahead.
get it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just trying to get clarity. I'm just trying to get clarity. Everybody's a liar but
She's
you.
the only one that doesn't lie.
I know.
Yeah, like you just told this room you never sent me a message and then I posted it, right?
No, I didn't say that. I said I
No,
never.
no.
No. You implied like it was your fucking psychopath. You know that, right?
Well, I do her out. I do her out. I'm not having it in my space. She's full of shit. Listen, my glasses in that PTR, they work. I know what I can read. I know what she said. Just own it. Be a big girl. Put your big girl panties on. Come up to the stage. You want to have a dialogue. You want to call me all these crazy things with no basis. And then I call you on your shit. You want to laugh and you want to gaslight. Go hang out with Prince, who likes to send dick pictures out from the shower. Go hang out with these other fucking racists and be my guest. You're not welcome here, and I'll say that. But we got Ali and we got Omar on stage. Ali and Omar, how you doing?
Doing well, JB. Quick answer is no.
I want to know why you every day you put in your chat death to the IDF. Omar, that's directed at you, Omar. Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say what the.
No. Hey, Omar.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. What was the last thing you said?
Every day you put in a room, maybe 4 or 5 times a day, death to the IDF. Oh, Omar's gone.
How convenient. I didn't touch him. How convenient. But you know what I notice about people like Omar? I promise you he'll be back. Because he's gonna want to be centered around the conversation. Ali, how you doing?
Dude, I'm beyond pissed. College football's rigged, bro.
What'd you say?
Fucking rigged. College football's fucking rigged.
What game did you lose that you say it's rigged?
Fucking Texas A&M's up by 25. The spread is 18 and a half. And some podunk, I think it's like University of Texas San Antonio, scored a touchdown with 14 seconds to go. Like, come on. It's just not real. But on the side note, based on your topic, I guess define what you mean by beat. What is beat Hamas mean?
They're done. They're gone. They're history.
Okay, but if that gets replaced by another group, not Hamas, but another group because of what's going on now, does that still count as beating them?
Listen, I said it earlier, bro. Their ideology is going to stay there. How do you beat that, Ali? Because I don't have the answer. That's above my pay grade.
Don't build settlements on their land in the West Bank. That would work. Two-state solution probably would work. I mean, Hamas even changed the charter and said that they would recognize Israel as the final step of a two-state solution. They've said it like 100 times that they would actually recognize two-state borders. They're not going to do it now, but until there's like an actual agreement.
No, you're talking about Hamas, and then you're talking about the West Bank. Are you sure you know what you're talking about?
Yeah, you know. Hamas is back then that they approach in the West Bank are making it impossible to have a two-state solution. Like, because I know Hamas is in Gaza, they're not really in the West Bank, but they can see what's going on. Right?
I didn't stutter. What's a Palestinian?
What is a Palestinian? To me, a Palestinian is someone that has ancestry in that area.
Oh my God.
Let me guess. Palestinians don't exist, right? Is that where we're going? No. What is a Palestinian to you? Tell me, what is a Palestinian to you? I'm stupid. I don't know the whole thing. You tell me.
Well, if you just
have you signed or let it out?
Well,
so
you just no, it's okay. You're right. I don't know about Hamas, and you talked Judea and Samaria means?
Here we go. No, tell me.
You tell me.
No, I don't know. You're asking
You're the one that started the convo. Do you know what Judea means?
No, I don't know what Judea means. Tell me, what is Judea?
I have nothing to say to you.
I gotta address something in the chat. Ali, if you could just read up, please. Give me a minute. Thank you, bro. Abby, can you put the name in on what you said? Because I want to address that, please. Abby, just put the name in the chat, and I'm gonna handle it. I apologize if that happened. You know, I can't control the lunatics app. Is it this guy? Is it this guy right here with the Palestinian flag, Arab name? Okay. Shady Aggress. What's up, Shady?
What's up?
Are you making threats in the chat?
Yes.
Wait, you're making threats in the chat? You're okay with that? You're gonna threaten a woman?
I don't understand you.
And this is the guy I'm supporting.
Okay, I do him out.
I'm sorry, who am I supporting?
Hold on a second, guys. First off, before you speak, Ali, you and Dee can go back and forth, but I have to say hello to my friend Andre. Abby, he's removed and he's banned from the house, so I apologize for that. Andre, how you doing, bro?
Hey, what's up, JB? I just really quickly wanted to clarify something. I forgot who said it on stage that Hamas is willing to recognize Israel as a state. That's complete nonsense. I think attempts to solve the crisis in Gaza, the leadership explicitly said that they will not recognize Israel as a state, and they constantly, even with the two-state solution, talking about the East Jerusalem as being, part of that movement forward. They always stop short of recognizing Israel as a state, so that's nonsense.
Andre, let me ask you a question, man. It's just my opinion. I want you to tell me what you think about my opinion. I don't think the two-state solution is ever going to be feasible. I think the best solution is move these people out. Because if it's not about land, if it's really a religious ideology, then it shouldn't give a fuck about the rubble that's there. Move them out, let them go to Egypt, wherever, Somalia, I don't care where they go.
But who you? No. Who you are, bro? You can't talk like that.
I'm the fucking head man in this room. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. That's who I am. I was having a dialogue with Andre. I'm sorry that my Zionist ass triggered you. Andre, what do you think about what I was saying?
JB, it's I think that's a fairly radical approach. I would be more in favor of creating some sort of Marshall Plan for the Palestinians, but they need to be under the supervision of the Israeli state for at least 3 to 4 generations before the toxicity that they've been infected with will keys to poison the society. Because we have to recognize that the history of creation of Palestinian identity and for what purpose it was created. Because most of those people are ethnic. It's not a matter of them not having a state for their ethnicity. It's the issue is that they've been created as an identity in order to have some sort of resistance within Israel and not allow Israel to exist peacefully. So that's just my perspective.
I have a question for Andre.
Okay.
Andre, when Hamas says it's willing to see a path to the pre-67 borders, is there an implied recognition in that statement?
No, there's not. In fact, this is one of the documents I think that I'll kind of double check just to make sure that I was not, giving wrong pushback. They stopped short of recognizing Israel as a state, even that.
Okay, so other than saying the words, right? What does that mean then? Like, tell me what it means to say they want to go back to the pre-67 borders. What is the meaning of those borders?
That means that that will allow them to regroup and continue their, basically their terrorist activities. In fact, I think they in the last year, I mean, they made their commitment to resistance to Israel.
I'm gonna explore this more. So the 67 borders means that on one side there's Israel and on the other side there's Palestine. Agreed?
Physically or diplomatically, those are two different.
Physically.
So physically, yes.
Yeah, Israel should be destroyed.
No, that's not.
Okay.
Those two are not mutually exclusive statement that they want to go to borders, back to the 60s borders, and they still want to destroy Israel.
Well, if they want to go back to the 67 borders, it means that they're willing to accept that there's Israel on the other side of those borders.
No, not necessarily. That's, once again, that's non sequitur. It doesn't fall.
Okay, so
wait. Now I'm asking you this, shapeshifter. Do you think they'll ever recognize Israel and those and borders? Do you think they'll ever sincerely recognize, not just lip service?
Why? I mean, I don't saying that we want to exist along this pre-67 borders is sincerely saying that they don't want the whole land. That's pretty sincere. That's a pretty sincere statement, right? Because they used to say they wanted Israel to be destroyed. They adjusted their position to say they would be okay with the 67 borders. You can't just ignore that and start inserting all this conjecture about what they mean by that. It's a position, base value that has some sort of implied recognition.
No, I'm sorry, once again, you're filling it with meaning which does not, neither belongs there nor exists there. You're basically trying to create this implication. They explicitly said that they will continue resisting Israel, regardless of what borders they are willing to go back to. And they have never stated that they recognize the state of Israel. So unless you can find, in order to be in a position to actually make any kind of sense, you need to find a statement by Hamas leadership that says that they are willing to recognize Israel. You will not be able to find.
I'll be able to find a statement that says they're willing to go back to the pre-67 borders.
That's not what I asked, right? So
now I want to know.
Your premise is that they are willing to recognize Israel. In order for you to support this statement, you need to find their leadership saying that. Those exact words that they are willing to recognize Israel as the state. They said they're not willing to recognize it as a state. But there's no statement that they would.
Well, do me a favor, shapeshifter, and Camp Fam, and everybody else. While you're looking for that information, shapeshifter, respectfully, cashing your pink ticket is free. Thank you.
Cash, that's joining the house. I want to do that. Join. Okay. So, what does this mean, do you think, to say we recognize that we would like to have our country along a pre-67 borders, and obviously that means that Israel will have their country?
No, that does not. Once again, you are filling it with meaning which is not there. That does not necessarily follow that they're willing to recognize Israel as a state. All they're saying is they're willing to go back to certain demarcation line, and they expressed explicitly their commitment to resisting the existence of Israel as a state. Those two statements are in no way conflicting with each other.
Okay, so let's keep going. So if they said that they're going to lay down their arms, if we can go back to the 67 borders, does that mean they're resisting?
They didn't say that they will lay down their arms. Definitely, they said that they will stop aggression right now. Once again, when somebody says that they're committed to continuing the resistance, that means that they foresee in the future taking up the arms again. They're just for now they're willing to stop fighting.
wait. So you're saying if they said they would lay down their arms, that's not stopping fighting Israel?
That's not peace. That's armies. You know the difference.
Right? Who's the one that's meaning near you? I'm simply reading what they're saying.
No. Okay. So answer this question. Oh, no. You're saying that you are. Now I need a clarification.
We have to have one mic. We have to. Andre's a mod, so yeah,
I don't care.
I need the clarification. I'm not interrupting you. I just need a clarification. Shapeshifter. When you say that you are just interpreting what they're saying, are you ignoring the fact that they said that they are committed to continuing the resistance, or do you think that they never said?
Are you ignoring the fact that they're laying down their arms as part of their statement?
No, I recognize and I explained to you that those two are not mutually exclusive, that they can continue resisting and they can lay their weapons for time being. So are you ignoring the statement that they are committed to resisting Israel?
No. So now you're inserting your own meaning while you accused me of doing that earlier.
No, I'm stating their explicit statement. They said that they are committed to continue resisting Israel.
Can you provide a statement that says?
Sure.
Can you provide a statement that says, in the context of their statement, where they said they'd like to go back to the pre-67 borders, and under those conditions they'd lay down their arms and they would continue resisting Israel?
That's their latest statement as of 2024.
If you can provide a statement that shows that in the same context where they said they're willing to go back to the 67 borders, lay down their arms and continue to resist Israel, I'd be impressed if you can find that.
No, I'm stating to you what their current position is. So there's absolutely no recognition of Israel as a state, so you won't be able to find it. Once again, just to clarify, in order for your position to have any kind of meaning, you need to find at least one instance when Hamas leadership said that they will recognize Israel as a state. If you can find that, then I withdraw.
No, that's not true. Hamas leadership in April 2024 said they're willing to go back to the pre-67 borders and lay down their arms. For whatever reason, you've decided to insert all this other conjecture and meaning behind what that means.
No.
Arms, and then
once again, is there anywhere in there
is to be the
they say they will recognize Israel?
Their intent. So you're coming up here accusing me of inserting meaning, and when you're done completing that sentence, you just go about and insert your own meaning.
Once again, just so we're clear, when there's a
borderline decision,
you're basically just lying. That's what you're doing. So when you were saying that Hamas is willing to recognize Israel as a state, right? I would like to see a statement, official statement from Hamas officials that says that. If you cannot provide that, then all you're doing is imagining things and trying to fill with meaning something that does not exist.
Actually,
can I just jump in for 1 second, please? And then you guys can go back and forth. I gotta go. I'm sure Nai's gonna go. BB and Andre, you want to keep it open? What do you want to do? BB?
If you need to stay,
I'll stay for a little with Andre, but I gotta go too shortly.
All right, so do me a favor when you go, BB.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I'm not gonna talk for Nai, but I'm pretty sure she's out of here. Nai, you out of here? Yeah, she's probably sleeping. All right, guys, have a great night, great room. Thank you for coming in. If you
No, I was texting on the back end. No, yeah, I'm probably gonna bail too, but I was texting. Sorry, I forget.
No worries. All right, guys. BB, when you leave, close it, please. Abby, if you want to come up, I'll mod you before I leave. Abby? If Abby comes up, mod her. Have a good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Maybe why do you insult him?
Thanks for everybody coming. I think Andre, it's okay with you, and I close the room.
Sure thing.
Okay, guys. Have a good night.
I always say, like, literally, when you trigger me, you know what part of the next shift.
Well, at the end of the day, I still want guy shot.
This thing is like, no, I know this is going to move last, but you don't act out like it's stupid bitch. Mr. Command.
Mike, they will still be doing lobby Jake.
You know, every time Mike, what's over you on Mike? Like,
Marie, are you jealous or something? Whenever you talk with her, Mike is not stuck with you and her, so that's why.
oh, shit. At least now I know my.
Exactly.
Lucy, what's up?
I didn't start there. What's wrong? I didn't disrespect me, right? Where my phone at?
Lucy, what you saying?
I still talk to men that constantly disrespect me, right?
Oh, no, absolutely not. And I hope you're not.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm getting blocked.
You gonna block me?
But Malik, not Mike.
Oh,
Wait, what?
wait, who?
Pussy, I've never disrespected you before. Never like you.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. All the time.
Wait.
Lucy, she just called you the other Lucy.
She meant the main booty.
Mike, you're so messy, bro. What a messy butt. What the fuck is the other pussy? Emperor Santa Claus.
Lucy, I'm just kidding.
Wait, what did I do to you?
You're chocolate. You're chocolate, Busayo.
Why do you think she was milk?
I mean, I guess. Did you love me?
I thought she was like light skinned. You know, we don't fuck with those light skins.
Yeah, black is beautiful.
No, I'm talking about women. We don't fuck with those light skins like
Black
tan.
is beautiful.
Are you good, nigga? Hey, Cito.
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Are you good? I didn't know how you doing.
I'm sorry, you don't think Kim Kardashian's daughter is gonna turn out to be just like her mother? Hi, Mom. How are you?
Who you calling cold blood?
She's gonna be exactly what God wants her to be.
I ain't seen no color. I'm not color.
I don't think I'm talking to you. I'm talking to Mike.
Yo.
What the heck?
Wait, what'd you say to me?
My friend.
You was talking about Kim Kardashian?
Yeah, I'm talking about, like, do y'all think her daughter's gonna turn out just like her?
I think she's gonna turn out
I feel like she's
exactly how God wants her.
expressing herself.
You know what it is?
No, see, one thing about those children, yeah, they end up becoming, I mean, it's just. I feel like people are over judging those kids. They're kids. So the thing is, at the end of the day, kids tend to want to, especially female kids, they tend to emulate their mothers. So regardless of whatever we want to say, she's gonna have a lot of traits from her mother. I don't even think we should be having this discussion, honestly.
Does her mom even raise her though? Don't they have like
I just don't fuck with like any kids slander.
She don't turn out like her daddy.
I mean, be cute though. I mean, yeah, she's gonna have.
Any of you guys in Toronto?
Yeah. She's still gonna have traits of her.
Oh, you live in Toronto.
Yeah.
Don't do this. I like it. I beg. You know, everyone that wants to say I like.
No, that's in Brampton. That's in Brampton. That's in Brampton, man. So you say I like.
Can we head down? Would you like to do like it's in Brampton?
Zion, you're from Rexdale.
Everyone in Toronto says I like.
I think that should.
You're from Rexdale, fam.
You have to voice that as a question, but there's some word for it, obviously you call. But there's certain ways that
Boy, it's crazy how me, I'm so one year, she had the same birthday. That girl, she's beautiful.
Me and somebody here share the same bed.
You and Honey,
Oh,
Malik.
I said, she's beautiful.
We don't share the same
Guys,
birthday.
look at my PCR, guys.
Who said that?
Don't forget about these Trump, I mean.
Bro, I literally have
Don't read the stuff.
I have my passport right
It'll
here.
take 80 minutes.
Your helper calls you and tells you to pick between these two. Would you prefer to have American passport or a what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck do I need with two American passports?
I still take the money. It's so many other places. From the tree, from the money tree. That's growing in our backyard.
Yeah, that nigga is retarded.
You know what passport I want to get? I'll get Singapore.
Ooh, that's Singapore passport. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get back there so my kid gets the citizenship beverage.
Wait, what's this?
Wait, you have Singapore passport?
No, Singapore is the strongest passport. It has like 193. It has like 193 countries that it can enter.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Bro, do you know how rich Singapore is?
I have no idea.
Really?
I mean, I like every region.
That's good. No, Singapore is the richest country. Not the richest country, but like has like something.
You know, like everyone looks like it is the most powerful passport.
No, it is. I think it has like 193 out of 227 countries, bro. That's
So you
crazy.
want to know why they're also looked down on? Because Singapore, they're like all Asian country.
Bro, why could you know this as Nigeria instead of?
No, have y'all watched that movie Crazy Rich Asians?
There's a reason why.
Bro, Singapore has the most elite people.
I know, I'm saying the exact same thing. Like, it's exactly that. Like, if you think that you guys have the beats in the market, you guys think you have the beats in the Middle East, go to fucking Singapore and see their beats. It's not funny.
Well, no. Dubai and Singapore are kind of like on the same spectrum though in that aspect.
But you know what? Everyone is always talking about like Middle Eastern rich people, right? No one talks about the Singapore people. But there's a reason why in the Singapore elite, they're actually generational elites. It's not just
Yeah, they are. They're old money.
generational.
No, literally that movie Crazy Rich Asians, just go watch it. Like that movie is literally about the. Yeah, that's literally how it really is. Like Singapore is actually it's a beautiful country. Yeah, but you know that was Singapore, bro. You know that was Singapore.
That's what I'm saying. Why how is it that Nigerians don't have this knowledge? Because Nigerians should be able to go to Singapore instead.
It's hard to actually get there.
Well, no, but Singapore is like you can't just move to Singapore. You actually have to have money. Like that's where. No, I'm telling you, that's where all like these rich business corporations, like they be traveling. You always hear them say, "Oh, I'm going to Singapore on business." Like it's a business city, bro. Like you gotta be the elite of the elite to like actually prosper and travel.
They have like their foot in gas, they have their foot in oil, they have their foot in something that's like
they're billionaires. That's like.
And they're all right. And you know the richest part is too, you don't really hear about them. There's a reason for that.
Yeah, because they're running the country. They're running the world, bro.
They know how to spend their money. They know where to talk, when to talk, who to talk to. Bro. Singapore. Give me that red passport. And that red passport is shiny. Give me that. Come on, guys.
Is it
I'm
really?
gonna have my kid there. That's what that is, guys.
It's not like a white color. It's not like a UK red. It's like a White House fucking red. It's red and gold.
I'm gonna have my kid there.
That's a good plan.
What is Singapore?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have a kid there.
And the few people that I saw have a Singapore passport, I'm like, oh.
In Singapore.
Yeah, Singapore. And it's also
Crazy Rich Asian movie put me on. I had to go do my research about it.
Oh, I knew about it before. I knew about it before. But then again, I really into like Asian. Like,
would you marry an Asian?
my man is pretty old. I love him. I love my man. But I'm actually looking into sperm banks right now. I'm looking into sperm banks to have my second kid. And I'm looking into like getting an Asian sperm.
Really?
Yeah, because I want to have a Asian baby. Look at my puppy, yeah. Are you for real? Yeah.
I'm blazing.
Because I'm getting to like, I'm like, wait, what? What are you blessed with? You know what I'm saying? What are you blessed with?
Oh. Shit, I don't know.
Sorry.
I was trying to think of it.
No, but I want to have a Asian baby, though. South Korean specifically. I just want a black, lickety black baby. I mean, it's the
Oh, your baby's gonna be the blackest.
The thing is, I want to go to my kids. Okay.
I witnessed a car accident today. Y'all see my video? The Dallas niggas cannot drive. I witnessed this.
Ain't that 75?
No.
35.
You don't know your highways.
I-35. You from Mesquite, so that's I-35.
No, this is 635 to Irving. Oh no, this is damn, what's that shit? What is it called?
I-20.
No,
The North Tollway? No, that can't be the North Tollway.
it was
Sam Reaper?
No, not Sam Reaper, bro. I can't remember what it's called. Stimmons Freeway.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that might be out there.
But that is, what do you call it? It's either I-35 or 635 if it's Stimmons.
No, but yeah, it's Stimmons. It is I-35, but I got onto it from 635. If that makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I said I-5 is
635 is the worst highway on earth.
No, I think 75 is the best highway.
No, I-30 is the
You
worst
don't even
highway.
gotta pay for that bitch.
I-30 is the worst highway on earth, bro.
I say the worst is the North Tollway just because of how curvy it is. It's so annoying.
Oh, but I-30 is literally ranked as one of the most dangerous highways in America.
Really? I used to stay in Arkansas. I may have a problem with I-30.
I-30 has like some of the most deaths in Texas.
No.
No,
I just feel like it's always
literally,
too much going on over there
just
because of like the
go look
safety
at
and
her.
shit.
Go look at it.
Yeah, I mean, just give your down a chance, yup. Emperor, you. I don't even want to leave this curse on you that just came.